Hey guys, welcome back to Geared Forwards. My name's Paul. Today we're taking a look at a bit of an odd duck, but a good duck. Today we're taking a look at the Olight Arkfeld. I believe commonly mispronounced as Arkfield, but there's no I in there. This is a very unusual torch flashlight, and let's just get straight into it first with what makes this flashlight different, why you might make this decision over others. There's basically two things about this flashlight that sets it apart from others. That is its carryability and its utility. First, on the carryability front, it is rather square shaped, and we do have this thinning going on here. It looks a little bit like a remote for a streaming device, but in the pocket it carries exceptionally well because it is flatter rather than rounder, while still incorporating a full MCC Olight charging port right in the back, which is quite ingenious. Actually, this wider part of the top doesn't impact carry at all. I've carried this on multiple long walks for 3 weeks now, maybe, and I've been very pleased. It's I'm walking for exercise purposes, so if there was going to be a time where this was going to be a hotspot or problem or work its way out, that would probably be the case, and it's done very well in that regard. We do have a bit of pop of a color here with Olight's signature blue accent. The clip does not cover the entire light, however it is deep enough that I've not had any problems with this working its way out, and it is tight enough that I've had no problems either. And the next thing is the utility, and you can see here we do have this odd switch arrangement as well as a spoiler warning on the side. This does incorporate a laser. So you can see here on this side we have the normal LED emitter, and on this side we have the laser emitter. And basically, if you have the switch kicked over to this side, you're going to get a green laser. Now, it is washed out a little bit and my camera is not doing the best job of picking it up. It is actually much brighter to the naked eye here. But this is very similar to the lasers they include in their Open Pro series. 1 second whilst I make a terrible mess showing you that comparison. YouTubers that prepare are overrated, folks. So the green laser first made its appearance probably in the Open Pro. It may have been a weapon-like thing first, but in the more general EDC world, came out in the Open Pro first. I'm talking about in terms of Olight products. So we're under the same lighting conditions here. It looks like the pen is a little bit more intense on the camera. It's near imperceptible to my eye, to be honest, but it looks like the pen is a little bit brighter and more ergonomic for laser pointer purposes anyway. But it is surprisingly nice to have it available here in the flashlight form factor. There are a number of jobs and industries where this would be particularly useful, on job sites for pointing at things perhaps not only far away but high up in the air. In meetings and presentations, being able to use it to point to various parts of graphs, slideshows, that kind of thing. And when you need your torch, you just click on over and there you go. Now it is the normal Olight UI, just long press gets you a nice moonlight mode, and that is 1 lumen. Then we go through to low, and that is 15 lumens, and I'm just long pressing to change through. Up to medium, which is 60 lumens, high, which is 300 lumens for 126 minutes before dropping down to 60 lumens for another 34 minutes, and then double clicking to turbo gets us a full 1000 lumens for 4 minutes before dropping down to 300 lumens for an additional 110 minutes. And if you think I'm some kind of Rain Man, I got the box right here. I'm cheating a little bit. What's quite amusing and nice to me, I'll just go through, is that you can actually just switch whilst the light is turned on. It'll just rotate back and forth. That's quite nice. The switch itself does have a very nice positive retention. That is very pleasing to me. I've actually used this as a little bit of a fidget. I don't have any feelings that I'm going to wear this out, and in addition, the raised pieces of the switch do actually provide some flush protection for the switch itself on the button rather than the switch. So it's not quite as easy to just push it whilst it's down. Couldn't still happen, don't get me wrong, it's not foolproof, but it does provide a little bit of insurance against that. Charging wise, this is an integrated battery. There is no way to take this apart that I can see without tools. I don't know if you can see this here, but you do have a little bit of a seam on the back here, and it looks like if you take the clip off you might be able to access that door, but I don't believe that the battery is meant to be user replaceable, if it's meant to be replaceable at all. As a result of that though, you do get some benefits, like when you start going into these weird shapes, and you see this a lot in Nightcore's different lights, where they do different more innovative things. When you take away the standardized cells that users can replace, that is 100% a downside, don't get me wrong. However, it does have benefits. You can then do weird stuff, weird shapes like this that are still rechargeable. You're still getting the benefit, you just don't have the option of taking this out and replacing it with another battery. This is Ipx7 Waterproof with a 1 meter of impact resistance. So don't go leaving this in a bucket of water for extended periods of time, but for general use in the rain it's just fine. We do have a LED indicator here for brightness, not brightness, power. And one thing that I am quite fond of is, you can see it do it there. When it turns on, it cycles up and then cycles down when it comes off. I'm a big fan of that, and that does tell you the charge level, above 75, below 75, that kind of thing with each indicator, with it going to one red light after that. The light does also have a lockout feature. If you do it from turned off. So you'll go into moonlight and then lock out, and then you'll just get that red indicator that you're locked out. Hold it again, come back out, and then you just get the standard Olight UI. You have the normal MCC charging. Now let's address quickly the proprietary charging issue. It can be an issue. It can be particularly an issue if this is the only Olight you've ever bought with recharging. I don't think it's a practical issue in the way that some people like to declare that it is. Most likely, if you're buying something like this, you're going to have multiple available to you anyway. Like, I don't know how many MCC charging cables I actually have at this point. It's a large number. I also have 2 Ominos, and I have the very portable O-port. It's not an issue. And if you are saying, oh, I just want to be able to have one cable when I go out, first of all, congratulations for getting all of your other tech on one cable. I'm not quite there myself, as I don't want to needlessly obsolesce some stuff, but this exists. Should you need to buy another accessory? Ideally, no. But let's not pretend that it's really a problem to carry an extra cable or an adapter so you can use your USB-C cable. It's, I'm sure, a negative for some people, but it's not a real practical issue, and it's more of a pet peeve level problem in my opinion. In terms of the light overall itself, do I like it? Yeah, I actually really do. It was a little weird. I wanted to pick this up because it is the first combination light that isn't a weapon light that I've ever seen, and I thought that it would be interesting to see. I do have fun with the just playing with the green lasers on the pens, particularly with the cats. and this has been an interesting carry. I think what makes this particularly work, and this is just my opinion, is that it's still a good flashlight, still a good torch. You have that full 1000 lumen turbo mode, and you get turbo mode for 4 minutes. That's a pretty decent runtime for a turbo mode. And then your high is 300 lumens for over a couple hours. The performance of the actual flashlight aspect, this itself, is good. This is perfectly capable of being a EDC flashlight, ignoring the laser functionality. They have not really compromised on the flashlight performance. You might argue that 1000 lumens as like the pinnacle or the standard is a little bit, 5 years ago, but our lighting needs have not really changed. 1000 lumens is going to be more than most of us will ever need in a turbo application, and if you need more than that on a regular basis, you probably need more than just a pocket flashlight anyway. You're probably looking at using more of a dedicated standalone maglite size light, or big beefing multiple cell thrower, that kind of thing. The number of modes, the total brightness makes this an excellent usable EDC flashlight. The laser gives this an added pop of utility. The shape makes it very carryable. It's incredibly comfortable to carry. It's a little weird looking, but to be honest, I kind of like that it's a little weird looking. The switch is incredibly fidgety. I really like this light overall, and with the aesthetic touch of not only giving it a power indicator, but having that power indicator ramp up and then ramp down as it turns on, with the pop of blue as Olight's signature accents, I think that this has not only succeeded at being a very versatile package of incorporating a laser into an everyday flashlight, but I think that they've done a very good job of making this feel like a premium product whilst they've done it. The anodization on the aluminum, however you want to say it, is very, very good. My only criticism could be that this might be a little slick in wet hands. At the same time, the bend in the pocket clip actually indexes really well. This is just for my hands in particular, but it actually indexes really well as just a retention point when using the flashlight, so that's not really an issue either. And when you just have this general flaring out towards the back end, it also lets your pinky finger just kind of like wrap around in a different way. I don't think that the slippiness of this is a meaningful problem, and I think if you're out in wet conditions constantly using this light, I would question if you actually need the laser, or if you would not be better served by carrying a laser separately. But for most people that are interested in this light, I would say go for it. Especially with the frequency of the sales, the abundance of affiliate codes you can get from various YouTubers. Not me yet, unfortunately. This is an excellent package. I do think that this kind of weird innovation is more of what we need in the flashlight world, and it's nice to see that Olight is stepping back into that arena after having kind of pioneered EDC flashlights with a baton many years ago. So very much a recommended flashlight. If you're interested, check it out. If you like this video, please hit that like button, and whilst you're down there, just pop into the comment section. Do you like the Arkfeld? Have you tried it? Are you interested in it? Is there something about it that puts you off? If so, why? Let us know down below. And whilst you're there, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Every subscriber is a fantastic help to the channel. We greatly appreciate every single one of you. But I've been Paul, and I will see you next time.